secure that bronze medal.
Here's how the game is played. 3 archers per team, each archer shooting twice during each of the 4 ends. So each team shoots a total of 6 arrows per end, 24 altogether for the match. The team with the highest total score takes all the marbles. Time to start off with the women's bronze medal match in Shanghai last month. India defeated Italy. It was India's first women's compound World Cup medal, but today we've got France taking on the Russian Federation. France on target number 2, got here by defeating Iraq and Italy before losing to Team USA 227 to 221. Their lineup includes Sophie Dodemont, Sandrine Van Dionant, and Pascal Lebec. Dodemont on the left, Lebec in the middle, and Van Dionant is on the right. Now on your left, as you look at the screen, great shots here in Antalya on the beach as we see the Russian Federation. Now coming onto the field of play, the Russian Federation seeded 4th coming into Antalya. And they reached this bronze medal match by defeating Great Britain 231 to 221, then knocking off Venezuela 225 to 214, and finally lost to maybe one of the most surprising teams here this week, the team from Colombia. The final score in that match was 233 to 225. Albina Loganova waving to the crowd. She's number 1 in the world. She'll be teamed up today with Victoria Balzanova and Svetlana Cherkashnieva. Important to get off to a fast start in these team events.
Yeah, definitely. It could all be won and lost in the first couple of ends, so these guys are going to be wanting to put some solid arrows down straight off the bat.
Yes, with cumulative scoring, it is tough to come from behind, isn't it?
It is, but again, I think the conditions are going to play a big part, and it'll be interesting to see whether there's any difference between where they've been practicing and their first arrows down here.
So about to begin shooting here along the Mediterranean Sea, and Pascal Lebec to shoot first. She is ranked 8th in the world in women's compound.
See the bow moving a little bit in the breeze.
Opening arrow is a 7, low.
So a 7 to start things off for Team France.
And remember, these teams are under time pressure as well to shoot their arrows, so you can't hang about too long waiting for the lull.
Sophie Dodemont, 40 years young, 18th in the world back in 2008. Picks things up with that shot right there, the first 10 of the day for France. And now Sandrine Van Dionant, who was ranked as high as 2nd in the world back in 2004.
European champion Sandrine
takes her time, gets the 9.
She does.
I noticed during warm-up she was holding an awful long time.
Yeah, it's tricky when it's just moving about a little bit, but these guys have got to commit to their shots. As I said, there's time pressure to think about.
Leading off for the Russian Federation, Victoria Balzanova, ranked 4th in the world at one point in her career.
9 points to start the match.
And a 9 to start off for the Russian Federation. Now that brings up Svetlana Cherkashnieva, who did win a team gold medal in Ogden, Utah last year at stage 3.
6 o'clock low.
Just a little bit low on that shot. And now the number 1 female compound archer in the world, Albina Loganova. And apparently she was paying attention to what her 2 teammates did with their first 2 shots.
Definitely very close to tendering that one.
So after the first 3 arrows were tied up at 26 points apiece. Again, cumulative scoring. Highest score in the match wins the bronze medal as Pascal Lebec drills a 9.
9 à droite. Encore un peu forcé, mais ça va se détendre. Allez, Sophie.
Sophie Dodemont, who has been competing on the international stage since 2006.
9.
So back-to-back 9s.
15 secondes.
Yeah, they're under a little bit of time pressure now. They took up quite a lot on their first 3 arrows.
And an 8.
Not exactly what Sandrine Van Dionon had in mind.
No, definitely not. But she only had 2 seconds on the clock when she let that one go.
So one eye on the clock, one eye on the target. And she finishes up the first end for France with an 8. 52 points for France. And an opportunity for the Russian Federation to forge ahead. Victoria Balzanova with her second shot of this end, and that is in the 9 ring.
Perdra pas trop de points quoi qu'il arrive.
Brings up Cherkishnieva, ranked 49th in the world. And the first bullseye for the Russian Federation.
C'est nous qui rattaquerons. Restez bien dans le truc.
That's a potential 3-point lead for the Russian Federation here.
Après, ça fait 9, ça fait 10.
You wouldn't bet against Albina.
I would not. Now with her track record, Albina apparently on the line, it would appear.
Yeah, I think it's a 9.
So the Russian Federation will take the lead after this first end. A slight lead, but a lead nonetheless. It's an 8 with a star by it, so the judges will have to take a look at Loganova's second shot of the first end. It will either be a 1-point lead or a 2-point lead.
I think it's in. I think it looks like it's clipped the line.
Appeared to. 52 points out of a possible 60 for Team France here in this women's bronze medal match in Antalya, Turkey, stage 2 of the 2013 Archery World Cup. Carl Arcky along with Amdrea GALES bringing you the sights and the sounds from this beautiful beach, Konyaaltı Beach, along the southern coast of Turkey. And right now we're waiting for an official score on that to find out if it's 54 points or 53 points for the Russian Federation. By the way, the world record in this event, 236 points put up by Team USA in Ogden, Utah back in August of 2011. I doubt we'll see anybody put up 236 points today.
I don't think so. I don't think any world records will be shot this off or today at all. It's a tricky wind here in Antalya.
6 arrows complete, 18 arrows to go in this team round.
They did rule that shot to be a 9 by Albina Loganova, so the lead is at 2, 54-52. The team from Russia taking a 2-point lead after the first 6 shots. And some of the spectators with a great vantage point here on the seaside cliffs overlooking Konyaaltı Beach.
Imagine it's a little uncomfortable up there, though.
But a nice breeze.
Definitely.
Allez.
Pascal Lebec, who won the individual silver medal in Torino 2 years ago at the World Championships. Lets it fly, and it's low and to the right. It's a 7.
You could see her fighting her bow a little there.
She'd like a mulligan on that one. Sophie Dodemont will try to pick her up. Sophie, a team bronze medal in the 2008 Olympics in Beijing, and she comes up with a 9.
Yep, she switched from recurve to compound.
Milieu de 9-6 heures.
And it's
Only
doing a
one
good
of
job.
France's arrows so far has gone above the center line.
Interesting you mentioned that. Sandrine switched from compound to recurve back in 2004, but didn't have the same success, so she switched back and has found success. In 2010, World Cup bronze medal in Croatia and a gold medalist in Ogden, Utah. Comes up with a great shot right there.
Yeah, and a silver medal at the World Indoor Cup this year as well.
So after the 7, France responds with a 9, a 10, 26 points midway through this second end as Balzanova lines up her shot.
She's taking some time.
9 just short of
That's the third 9 that she's been able to fire here on her first 3 shots.
Yeah, and if you look at both target faces, everything's a little low, so whether they've got a breeze coming towards them that are just pushing the arrows down.
just out of the 9 ring.
Cherkishnieva has taken 3 shots. 2 of them have been in the 8 ring.
That's close. I'd call a judge on that one.
They may put the asterisk by that. We'll see. But it's always good to have Albina Loganova to pick you up.
Yeah, she's a very quick archer, and immensely experienced and nice to have on the final leg of your team round. Very cool under pressure.
And she shot well here in the past. In fact, last year, a bronze medal, or excuse me, last year a gold medal in the women's individual competition here in Antalya. Back to Pascal Lebec on the line, but that's a 9.
On the upwind side, so the archers are clearly aiming off, but perhaps just a bit too much.
So we go back to Sophie Daudemont.
Allez, Sophie.
First action she's seen this year on the World Cup circuit, her first event of 2013.
Ouais. Allez.
And Daudemont drills a 9.
Just out.
C'est bon, Sandrine. 10.
Less than a millimeter out.
Not much time for Sandrine Van Dionon, who shoots from the left side and shoots another 9. So 53 points, 1 point better than the first end for France.
Russian Federation in the next 3 shots.
Ouais, t'es juste en dessous le corner.
But clearly an opportunity for the Russian Federation to extend its lead.
Yeah, definitely.
Parce que là, tu vois, ça arrive un peu.
9.
Balzanova with a solid shot.
Again, a little low.
Et l'arc qui soit court, derrière, ça peut s'être bien en ligne. Et après, bah oui.
Cherkishnieva of the 3,
9.
the one with the most limited experience on the world stage, but she's competing well. And now Albina Loganova, who won a bronze medal at stage 1 in Shanghai just a few weeks ago, trying to pick up a bronze medal right here. A 9.
And 9.
And they score 53 points for this end and will maintain their 2-point lead at the halfway mark of this opening match in Antalya, the women's bronze medal match between France and the Russian Federation. France coming in as the number 3 seed, the Russian Federation the 4th seed, and there you see after 12 arrows, 106 out of a possible 120 points for the Russian Federation. And for Team France, 105 points out of a possible 120 points. Of course, coming up in the gold medal match, just moments away, we will see Team USA taking on the team from Colombia. It's going to be a lot of fun going down to Colombia next month for stage 3.
Definitely, and they're a bit of a surprise to make the gold medal, I'd say. They beat the team of Korea, who shot so well in China.
Which is saying a lot when you beat the Koreans. By the way, today, 5 individuals with an opportunity to win a gold medal for the first time in their careers.
Yeah, I imagine there's a few nerves out there at the moment.
I would think so. We'll see some great matches, some interesting matches, some new names, new faces coming up today. Just underway here in Antalya on a gorgeous morning in June. The Mediterranean Sea, very placid and tranquil. The breezes, a factor, but we've seen them blowing harder and stronger in the past. As we get set for the start of the 3rd end, and Pascal Lebec to go first for Team France. Did not compete in Shanghai. This is her first World Cup event this season, and Pascal drills one.
There we go. I think she's probably moved her sight.
Pas loin du X.
So a bullseye, great start for France. The French trailing by 3 heading into this 3rd end, and there's another 10.
See if France can put a little pressure on the Russian team.
Van Dionant. Shooting from the left side. Trying to make it 3 in a row. To start off the 3rd end. Not to be, but a 9 is fine. So 29 points out of a possible 30 points on those first 3 shots here in the 3rd end for France.
Let's see how the Russians respond to that.
Balzanova, very experienced archer. Comes up with a 9. She was a gold medalist in 2010 with her mixed teams in Croatia, China, and Turkey. 3 years ago, Balzanova, 5 World Cup medals. And 2011 won 3 more medals.
Вверху на 11.
Cherkashnieva in the 9 ring as well. Back to Albina Loganova, who will celebrate her 30th birthday this year.
Молодец!
And she'll celebrate that shot.
Allez. Bien forte sur l'armement. On prend la ligne.
So at this point, France has picked up a point, trails by 2 in the match overall.
Ouais, 9 gauche.
Lebec with a 9.
C'est bon, reste dans l'intention. Là, du coup, ça fait 19, c'est bon. Ouais, 10.
And Sophie Dodemont.
Pas loin du X à gauche.
France have dialed in now
On peut
to
mettre un
the
clic gauche. L'autre, elle était
to
X
the
gauche.
gold.
Et, ouais, parce que tout à l'heure, tu avais 9 gauche.
So the women from France picking things up here in this 3rd end. Sandrine Vandionon.
4 seconds on the clock.
Ouais,
10.
Voilà.
X marks the spot.
Pas de calcul.
She
C'est à
drills
l'attaque
at
comme ça,
10,
faut
another
se
bullseye, and so 58 out of possible 60 points. So the French picking up 52 points in the first end, 53 points in the second end, and now 58 points here in the 3rd end. Coming on strong as the match goes along, and Balzanova with a 9.
У тебя все слева.
Solid score for the Russian Federation,
Les 3 sur 2 flèches, c'était à l'attaque, c'était ce qu'il faut.
which led by 3 at the midway point of this match. What will it be after the 3rd end?
Молодец!
Ooh, Cherkashnieva with a big shot.
So the Russians' lead is going to be cut to at least a point.
Albina Loganova on the line, but that should count as a 10. 56 out of possible 60 points. So the French do indeed cut into the lead with 6 more arrows to go here in Antalya, Konyaaltı Beach, stage 2 of the Archery World Cup 2013. Great shooting by the ladies from France, and the Russian Federation keeping pace. A total of 164 points. And 163 for the team from France.
Pardon?
I think that score of 164 was unofficial.
It is. They've starred Albina's arrow, but it's definitely a 10.
So if you count that as a 10, it's 165 points, and now they put it up on the board. So after grabbing that 3-point lead midway through the match,
Pas grave, c'est pas
Russian Federation loses a point to France in that 3rd end, but a chance for France. There is a chance.
Definitely, and the French team are going first in the last end, so if they can get some good arrows down, it's going to put some pressure on the Russian team.
pareil, hein, bien déterminé sur le pas de tir.
The Russian Federation led by 2 after the first end, built that lead to 3 after the second end. The lead back down to 2 now at 165-163, with just 6 arrows to be shot by both of these teams.
Allez,
France trying to pick up
fort à
a
l'ouverture
team medal
de
for the
là.
first time since, I believe, 2011.
Allez, ça vient prendre la ligne.
And Pascal Lebec will try to get them started in fine fashion. She does with a 9.
C'était bien, c'est bien. Ça manque peut-être encore le petit poil de...
Dodemont with her first shot of this 4th and final end.
Nine.
9, bas gauche.
Just inside the 9 ring.
Pretty good. She held
Allez,
on
Sandrine.
quite a long time on that shot.
Ouais, ouais.
Vandionon, again ranked 2nd in the world back in 2004.
Ouais, 9.
And she's in the 9 ring as well. A little bit high, but
9 en haut.
9.99 to start off the 4th end for France.
Possible 10 for France right now. Here's Russian Federation.
Over on target number 1, the Russian Federation with Victoria Balzanova. Drawing back the bowstring. Lining up the shot. Dead center.
Молодец. Четкая.
I think the coach was happy there.
I got that impression myself.
Молодец, Витуля.
And I think he's even happier now.
Definitely.
Tu te prépares, Pascal.
This could give him a little breathing space going into the final 3 arrows.
So the Russian Federation starting to pull away here in the 4th end. And Albina Loganova going for the kill.
Yep, that's a 5-point lead now with 3 arrows to go. So
5-point lead for Russian Federation, 3 shots to
I'd
go.
be happy with that.
Almost an insurmountable lead for the Russian Federation as Pascal Lebec gets ready for her final shot of this match, the opening match here on Compound Saturday in Antalya, Turkey. Low and to the left.
Allez, Sophie.
Great camera work by our crew and great shooting by Sophie Dodemo.
Final arrow for France.
She shot well this team round.
Held up her end of the bargain. And now Sandrine Van Dionant hopes to do the same and finish off in style. At best, France can score 55 points. Instead, with that 8, it will be 53 points. You can see the regret on the face of Sandrine Van Dionant. She'd like to get that shot back.
She would, but looking at the clock, she had 2 seconds, and they seem to run the clock down quite well, the French team.
So the Russian Federation doesn't have to be spectacular here. They've got a nice cushion to work with just 2 more arrows to go.
They have, and they've got plenty of time on the clock to actually get those arrows away.
Cherkashnieva in the 10 ring again.
And of course, you've got Albina as anchor, so
Albina Loganova, who defeated Christina Berger last year here in Antalya in the women's individual gold medal match. Trying to bring this one home for the Russian Federation. And it's over. Russian Federation picks up the bronze medal here in Antalya at stage 2 as they lead from wire to wire, start to finish, grabbing a 2-point lead after the first end, building that lead up to 3 midway through the match. Saw the lead drop down to 2 again after the 3rd end, but they finish up awfully strong in the 4th and final end. Really shot well down the stretch.
they did. Fantastic final end for Russia. Really turned the screws on the French team, who had clawed their way back into the match.
In that 4th end, 5 of the 6 shots were in the 10 ring. 1 was in the 9 ring. They score 59 out of possible 60 points in that 4th end, and a convincing 8-point victory for the Russian Federation, 224 to 216. So the first match of the day is in the books, and there is the unofficial score. We have it as 224 to 216.